Hi guys, what's going on? It's JB here with an episode 152 of this Burnley Career Mode. All hour-long episodes now till the end of the season. We've got an action-packed show for you today. We've got Brighton in the fifth round of the FA Cup from Turf Moor, then another Turf Moor clash as we take on Dortmund in the last 16 of the Champions League. What great action to enjoy there! And of course, Wembley for the Carabao Cup finals, we took on Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. Now the first game coming up is the cup tie against Brighton. Admittedly, we did play the match and we tried to commentate it as live. Unfortunately, no commentary was recorded, so I had to narrow it down. We played Brighton, Cardiff against Forest, Fulham, Chelsea, Spurs, Swansea, Everton, Palace, Leeds United against Manchester United, Liverpool, Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton, Manchester City, all the other ties. But it's to full extensive highlights of the game at Turf Moor between Brighton and Burnley for a place in the FA Cup quarterfinals, the first match of 3 on this episode. Well, here we are at Turf Moor for ingredients for an FA Cup tie that really has all the ingredients, an all Premier League affair between Brighton and Burnley. This is the Burnley lineup, very much the same team as we would expect. Ruben Loftus-Cheek comes in and should be a real tough test. Emmanuel Dennis really is a top class player at the moment, and he's proven his worth alongside Danny Ings and keeping Mario Balotelli definitely out of the side. As for Brighton, a few names in there that you might expect. Anthony Knockaert, who scored twice in his last match, he plays on the right hand side. Proper is one to watch out for, so too is Tawau, and so too is Baldock up front. Duffy and Dunk will be very tough propositions to get past in the central defence. Real classic ingredients for a fifth round cup tie that really will have everything in it. And our referee for this could well be an intriguing encounter is Graham Scott from Oxfordshire. So it's going to be Brighton to get us underway in the blue and white stripes. Attacking the goal to our left, Burnley need I tell you in claret and blue. But this really is a tough match to decide who will win through today. This is David Proper now for Brighton. In towards Baldock. With a good tackle there by PK. Now Loftus-Cheek. Up towards Ings. Good football this. Gray on the right. Good foot start here. I think this cup tie is going to go some today. That's a good ball in there towards Loftus-Cheek. His shot charged down there and Knockaert can bring it away. Now Towell. And up towards Baldock. Good football this from both sides. And good attacking throws so far. And yet to really test the goalkeepers at this moment. So we've played 9 minutes. Here's Will Hughes. Proper in the way. Good game this could well be. It's Knockaert now. Wins possession. Good football again. Towel keeps it going. Stuaro is over on the near side. And Stuaro's cross. He's knocked behind for the corner. And the first of the game, it goes to Brighton. 20 forward in striped shirts. Can Brighton strike the first blow of this fifth round cup tie? Knockaert with the corner. Plays it in there towards Proper with a header, and it's on the roof of the net. Real let off there for Burnley as that ball came in. Good call in there from Knockaert, and Proper's header just clearing the crossbar, but not much to spare. Now Gray. Coming up towards a quarter of an hour gone, Gray. Here's Dennis, real chance now. Dennis scores for Burnley. Burnley strike the first blow in the fifth round of the FA Cup. It's Emmanuel Dennis. Good move, Gray through the centre, and Damari Gray setting up Emmanuel Dennis, who finished superbly well with his right foot. Superb. Well, Burnley have the lead with a quarter of an hour gone, and it's Emmanuel Dennis who gets it. 1-0. Knockaert. Towel. Up towards Baldock and he's through. Burnley caught square. It's Sam Baldock for Brighton. It's 1-1. Burnley caught cold. 23 and a half minutes gone. And Baldock has levelled it up in this FA Cup tie. A lovely ball through. There's the shot. Into the net it goes. And there is the equaliser. And it's all to play for now at Turf Moor. It's a really good finish. You couldn't fit it all into an highlights package if you tried, but it's a great finish by Baldock. And now it's 1-1. We have some game with a vengeance now. Damari Gray. In towards Dennis. In towards Ings. Still Ings will get his shot off, deflected away. And Brighton hook it out. My word, what a cup tie this has been so far. Baldock now to Towell, who's making everything move. Knockout now, and he's got away on the far side. And the ball is just about found Towell there. Baldock playing that ball in. There's the cross in there. What a chance there for 2-1. And Stuaro with the opportunity there to make it 2-1. And Tom Eaton just about did enough to put him off there. Well, what a chance there for Brighton. It's a good ball, and Damari Gray's onto it. Now then, he's got Ings and Dennis went in the middle. Dennis and scored at the second attempt. It's 2-1 Burnley. His first header was saved quite brilliantly from Matt Ryan, but it came rather fortuitously for Dennis, who tacked it in from a yard out. Moore has sympathy with the Australian goalkeeper there, but Burnley are back in the lead. Damari Gray's cross, brilliant, great save by the left foot of the goalkeeper, but well, it was easy for Emmanuel Dennis to make it 2-1. And this rip-roaring cup tie takes another extraordinary twist here. Really does now. And Brighton with it all to do. 2-1. And if Brighton have to get back in this, they must score again. Towell to Baldock. Stuaro. Well, that's a foul. Danny Ings involved. And the referee, Mr. Scott, is going to come over. I think he's going to book Ings here. It's not going to go down too well with the Burnley crowd. He's tricked his man, but not really a yellow card offence, despite the fact that it was off the ball. Looks a bit harsh to me. It's David Propper then with a free kick for Brighton. And he chips that in there towards the danger zone. Still a chance in that. Good block again. Knockout knocks it forward. Hughes only half clears it. Tower knocks it back in. Knockout's there. Shot blocked, and then Baldock stands in an offside position. And somehow, hooker by Croc, Burnley survive by the marginalist of offside flags. So away we go in this fifth round cup tie. Burnley getting us underway. Attacking the goal to our left. And this is Damari Gray. Brighton in the stripes as well, but here's Gray. Deflection, 3-1. What a start to the second half. And Gray was lucky on two fronts, gets away from his man Rower fortuitously there, and then the ball takes a wicked deflection off Duffy and beyond the dive of Matt Ryan and into the back of the net. And Burnley have clear daylight between themselves and Brighton and Hove Albion. It's cruel on the Seagulls, but the Clarets probably deserve it. Burnley 3, Brighton 1, Damari Gray the scorer. Off comes Rowan Ince, and on comes Nicola Rigoni. That's the first change for Brighton. Burnley about to make a substitution themselves. On comes Andre Scheller, and he's going to be replacing Justin Kluivert. Solly March now the substitute. It's a good ball to Rigoni. Baldock. Knockout. Oh, tripped him up there. Play on, says the referee. Still a good run here by Knockout, and he scored. 69 minutes gone, And all of a sudden it's back at 3-2. What a brilliant run from Knockaert. 3 goals in his last 2 games now. And that was a very accomplished finish by the Frenchman. And it's all to play for now at Turf Moor. Anthony Knockaert. It's his 3rd goal in the FA Cup this season for Brighton. And it brings the Seagulls back into the game. Wow. It really has been an extraordinary sequence of events here. It's only got to go down as one of the best cup ties played this season. Here's Robertson. Pirouetted very well. Looks for support. Gets it with Hughes and hits it over the bar. He struck that well, Will Hughes. But not without great conviction. As off the sheet comes on to be replaced by the evergreen Belgian Steven Defour. Here's Dennis. Dennis trying to curl one. Oh, Matt Ryan with a smart save. That was a very smart save by the Australian. Don't think that was one for the cameras. That was probably creeping in. Burnley making a change, and it's Emmanuel Dennis about to come off. Gets a good clap from the crowd. And he responds. And Mario Balotelli, the mercurial Italian, comes on. Damari Gray with the corner. The ball knocked out only as far as Hughes. Hits it with his left foot. And hits it very wayward indeed. And behind for the goal kick. Well, that would have killed off any lingering opportunities there for Brighton if that had gone in. It's a 4 minutes at the end of the game. Bolduc. He's got Solly March in the middle. Solly March is header wide. And with that, it could be the last chance of the game. Well, one thing is for certain, it's been a cup tie full of thrills and spills. But it looks as if Burnley are going to go away with the win. In what's been an exciting 90 minutes here in the rain this afternoon in East Lancashire. Tom Heaton now will boot the goal kick as far away up the field as he can. All eyes on referee Scott. Burnley almost in the quarterfinals. They are in the quarterfinals. Well, what a game of football. Brighton did their bit, but it's the Burnley fans who celebrate reaching the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Well, what can you say? It was just a remarkable game of football. 2 goals for Emmanuel Dennis, got the first one, then the second. And then Brighton responded through Bolduc. And then it was 3-1 through Damari Gray. Knockaert replying, but what a cup tie. It's finished here. Burnley 3, Brighton 2. A great cup tie. I'm sorry that you didn't get a large the fullness of it, but we had to narrow it down because I forgot to record. Well, I did record it, and I did try to record commentary. I didn't switch my mic on during that, so I do apologise, but I hope that's not affected it too much. But we will bring you, I hope we brought you the best of the action there from that thrilling FA Cup tie there. So this is the results. There's a couple of replays, or at least one replay there. So Burnley threw 3-2 against Brighton, as you've seen. Cardiff have knocked out Nottingham Forest 1-0 at the Cardiff City Stadium. Fulham have been beaten in the All-West London derby by a goal to 0 by Chelsea. Spurs won at Wembley 2-1 against Swansea City. The game that goes to go, the only one tie that goes to a replay is the one that was played at Goodison Park when Everton and Crystal Palace drew 2-2. Leeds United 1, Manchester United 3, Liverpool 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0 at Anfield. Leeds United winning at Elland Road, by the way, against Leeds. And Manchester City, big casualties, out of the FA Cup, beaten 2-1 at Southampton. So that brings you up to date with the FA Cup. The replay is on the 5th, and that's between Crystal Palace and Everton. And then once that's been played, we'll be able to bring you the full quarter-final draw, which has obviously not been done. Right, European Cup time now. And these are some of the last 16 ties. We've got Burnley against Dortmund coming up, and hopefully we'll get the commentary mic on so we can actually do the whole game instead of having to edit highlights down. So it's going to be a shorter episode than I had planned. So it actually takes place on my own birthday, funnily enough. But I don't know how old I'll be in 2020. I think I'm about 37 by then. But these are some of the other games that took place the other week. So just 2 more of the games left to go. The other game tonight will be between Inter Milan and Barcelona at the San Siro. But here's some of the other scores from earlier. CSKA Moscow, these were from the first 4 from last week. CSKA Moscow 1, Shakhtar Donetsk 1. Real Madrid 2, Bayern Munich 1. Chelsea 3, Paris Saint-Germain 1. And Juventus 1, Lyon 1. Now the other 2 ties, there was 2 further ties played last night. One in Amsterdam when Ajax and Arsenal drew 1-1. Arsenal getting an away goal in that game. And Napoli winning at Wembley against Spurs by 1-0. So they've got an away goal as well. So it's to turf ball we go. We'll also check on Inter against Barcelona as well after the match. And then it's all down to the second legs. But it's to turf ball we go for a big game between Burnley and Borussia Dortmund. Well, a warm good evening from Turf Ball on a bitterly cold night in late February. Late winter settling in, but Borussia Dortmund have visited us to Turf Ball on this fantastic Wednesday evening here. And Burnley named the same lineup that beat Brighton 3-2. That started the 3-2 cup win over Brighton, you may recall. But it's Emmanuel Dennis, the man in form. 5 goals in his last 3 games, but he's been in red-hot form ever since he stepped foot in Turf Moor towards the middle of January. As I said, Burnley named the same lineup, but they've got Tammy Abraham, Balotelli and Schürrle amongst others in insurance, just in case anything does go wrong here. But they're playing that 4-4-2, Loftus-Cheek and Hughes, really giving it some plenty in the midfield. PK and me, plenty of experience across the back. Well, we're into that final home straight of the final few episodes of career mode. This is the Dortmund side. Pierre Aubameyang is the man to watch out for up front, in the front 3 alongside Pulisic and Guerrero. Miguel Sahin and Willy Carvalho can prove very tough as well. Berkey is the goalkeeper, and it's not a bad team there for Borussia Dortmund at all. Second leg to come at the Signal Iduna Park. Now, just over a fortnight's time. Referee tonight comes from Spain, Pedro Otugia. So Burnley to get us underway. This really is a tie that's going to be excitable. It's going to be great. It's going to be terrific. It's going to be dramatic. And away we go. Burnley are taking the goal to our right. Great. Dortmund for the record, all in yellow. Here's Ings. Goal kick. It's a full house inside this fabulous stadium. Berkey with the goal kick. Really is a top-notch venue for football, this. As Dortmund have proved in the last few years. Sahin to Pulisic. Aubameyang. Burnley do not want to concede an away goal if they can help it. Vigo's in, and Ben Mee did tremendously well. Ings holding it up well, bringing Loftus-Cheek into it. Oh, lovely skill that. What a turn. And Trippier with a bit of space. Cuts inside. Left foot. Goal kick. It was a fabulous effort by Trippier. The last behind for the goal kick. Well, we're now going into the home straight in the season, and Burnley's grip on the European Cup has had some severe tests in the group stages. They had not won in their first 3 group group games, but then came back to top the group in sensational fashion. And here's Guerrero through with his offside. And that was greeted, that decision, with huge applause and amongst a large section of the Turf Moor fans. And the referee's decision, or the linesman's decision, was spot on. Trippier. A bit lucky there, but he's got away with it. Finds Hughes. Now Gray's on the right. Ings is waiting in the middle. Dennis is making great strides to get in there too. Not the best cross, and off the post. Dennis is in there. Might drop to Hughes, and he hits it straight at Birkin. I think when Ings had the initial effort, I think it rebounded off the post as well. Burnley very close to taking the lead here in this last 16 of the Champions League in the first leg. Here's Gray. Goal kick. Burnley having a good spell. And here's Damari Gray. I'd like to see the early effort again. And there was a scramble. The ball was scrambled onto the post. But Berkey and his troops survived that one. Sahin. Aubameyang. Pulisic. Guerrero. Offside again. That's twice now he's been caught offside here. Well, just a foot in it. His left foot was caught offside, but the rest of his anatomy was actually level. But again, a tight call, but the referee assistant got it right. Great. He's gone backwards. Me. Straight to Guerrero now, but Ben Mee cutting it out. And then they need to get the ball forwards, not back. Vigo. Gaia. Guerrero. Gaia begins his run again. Well, cross turned away by Piqué. Ings beaten to it. This is Sahin. And he gets it all back. Little break there. Nearly broke to Aubameyang, but it was cleared away by the Burnley defenders. Straight to Gaia again. Trippier going in there. Well cut out, but still not away yet. Aubameyang on the turn. Big chance for Dortmund, that. Well, he's such a deadly marksman, Aubameyang. You'd have fancied him there 9 times out of 10 to have buried that. But to the relief of the locals here at the turf, which I number myself one, it went way over the top. Went away to Gaia again. Guerrero. Vigo. Aubameyang. Did well. Oh, he's in behind here. It's Guerrero for Dortmund, and what a save! That is an unbelievable save from Tom Heaton. The danger not yet cleared as Pulisic plays the ball in. Tom Heaton able to keep it in play and concedes a throw. There wasn't a lot to spare in that one, I can tell you. Sahin. And again Sahin. The ball back across, side netting. Vigo in there once again. And Burnley really are living a charmed life now. And a goal kick taken. Ben Mee. Hughes. So much natural ability, this youngster who they got from Derby County. And here's Hughes. Oh, he's hit the inside of the post. Kluivert! Hooked away by the Dortmund defender. And Will Hughes, how unlucky can you get? Does everything right, and it's hit the inside of the post. Kluivert came in, and it was hooked away by a Dortmund defender, and a corner kick given. Gray with it. Piqué punched away, still not away yet. Kluivert's header, and still not away by the Dortmund defence as we go deep into stoppage time. Ings trying to take it on the turn. The ball runs steady to touch, and Dortmund survive. Well, Sunday, 1st of March, our final game of the episode, the League Cup final from Wembley. What a game that promises to be as we take on Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool at Wembley Stadium. Well, we've had a grand total of 11 shots in the game, and yet we're remarkably still goalless. Or 12 shots in the game, remarkably still goalless here. Burnley are giving it all they've got at the moment. Nothing at the moment on offer for Emmanuel Dennis. Well, Hughes hit a post. Danny Ings hit a post earlier, but still alert here in the first leg of this last 16. Half time, Burnley 0, Dortmund 0. Welcome back to the turf for the second half. Just to remind everybody of the half-time situation at the San Siro. There have been a couple of goals in that one. Inter and Barcelona drawing 1 each as we speak at the moment. They're just into the second half. In that one, here's Dennis! We have a goal at Turf Moor! Emmanuel Dennis, that man again! Well, he didn't get a sniff in the first half, but you give him one sniff and he takes it. The defence was slow. Dennis hit it with his left foot, and in he went. Christensen very slow off the mark there, and once again he's a real menace at Emmanuel Dennis. 1-0, and just the shot in the arm the game really did need. And Dortmund now have got themselves into big trouble here. What a glorious moment that was. Robertson was brought down, and the referee's got to take strong action here. But he isn't going to do so. All he gives is just a free kick. I would have given a yellow card for that personally. It's a good ball if it can be found, Kluivert, and he is found. 2 in the centre. Kluivert hooks the ball back. Ings 3! Hits the post again! Ings blocked over the top corner. That's 3 times they've hit the post now. Kluivert's coming up to be replaced by Scherer. Kagawa now, the former Man United man, is going to replace Sahin. It's all happening here in the first 10 minutes here at Turf Moor. So Kluivert now being saved up for Wembley. And with Burnley, and they brought on Scherer, former Dortmund player of course, or former German Bundesliga player, so Dortmund will know all about him. Great corner. Scherer! Well, that would have been a story and a half if Scherer had scored there. Great header. Just like the accuracy and the height. Otherwise that was 2-0. Guerrero, who's got a shot brought about a magnificent save from Tom Heaton in the first half. Still anyone's European tie this. Guerrero now for the Germans. Still Guerrero. Vigo, he goes down on, he's given a penalty. Looks a very harsh decision, and the referee has booked shoes. He did dive in to give the referee that option, but did he make contact? Well, he did seem to go over rather theatrically, although there was a little bit of contact there. And the penalty's been given, and it does look a turn on the controversial side, but Aubameyang now will take it. And it's saved by Eaton. He tried a Panenka, it didn't quite come off, and in the end Dortmund have missed a glorious opportunity. Will they get any better than that in the second half, I wonder? Kagawa to Pulisic. Does well. Here's Shinji Kagawa again. And PK holding on there. Still a slender 1-goal lead that Burnley have got. Hughes now in the book, of course. I thought he was harshly dealt with on the penalty. I think it was a penalty in truth. Here's Scherer now. Scherer's shot. And over the top for a goal kick. So Marco Reus about to come on for Guerrero. And he's a dangerous customer, the German international. And here comes another big, massive customer. Emmanuel Dennis going to come off. Again, save up for Wembley. And the Mercurio Mario Balotelli comes on in his place. And he gets a good round of reception there, Emmanuel Dennis, for that again. So Ings and Balotelli up front for the remainder of the game. As Tete comes forward now for Dortmund, who are 1-0 down, remember. Well, Aubameyang missed a penalty, or had a penalty saved. It was one of the worst penalties I think I've ever seen. That's a nice little bit of pirouetting there by Schürrle. I tell you, just out of form, and he just needs one break, one goal, and I think he'll be back in the groove again. It's hard to keep Emmanuel Dennis out of the action. Headed back calmly once again to Tom Heaton. He's had a marvellous game tonight in that Burnley goal. Oh, Schürrle shook off his man there, but top back is getting back at him. But Schürrle's not going to be denied, and scored an absolute screamer! Absolute brilliance! The pirouette, the turn, the run, the 35-yard rasper, and a second Burnley goal! Looked as if the defender had caught up with him, but he had enough in the tank, and boy did he get a shot off like that. That's surely got to be one of the goals of the season from Andre Schürrle. The German has done it. 2-0 to Burnley. And what a crucial goal, not just in the first leg, but maybe in the whole tie. Magnificent goal. And that missed penalty from Aubameyang has cost Dortmund very, very crucially indeed. And now they must strike in the next 10 minutes or so to give themselves half a chance. They must score an away goal in layman's terms. Here's Trippier, headed away. It has been an amazing afternoon's football. Or an amazing evening's football here. Tete in there, good tackle again. Ings turning. Comes away to Schürrle. Tete playing the ball in. Still alive there, Hughes away. And Ings holding it up very, very smartly. But loses out. 4 minutes to go before the game. And here's Aubameyang playing it in. And again Robertson with a header out. Can Burnley hold it in there? Good pull up by Ben Mee. Marvellously done. And Gerard Piqué will come on. Will come off to be replaced by Lascelles. Vigo is replaced by Fekir. In fact, it's a goal kick to Burnley. Rare appearance now for Jamal Lascelles. And at 2-0, it looks a really good result for Burnley on the face of it, with the second leg to come over in Germany. 4 added minutes for Dortmund to try and pull one back and make it very, very difficult now going into that second leg for the Clarets. Ben Mee with another comfortable header. Loftus-Cheek getting in the way. Looking to get Balotelli on his way. Balotelli's still there, but the final whistle goes. Or does it? It's a free kick, in fact. That was a bit early there. I thought the whistle had gone. It's a free kick to Burnley. I'll tell you to take it. He goes short. Here's Gray. Gets his shot off. Deflected. And it will be a corner. We've seen that deflection there from Demarai Gray. Here he comes with the corner. And is that a third? Oof. And Loftus-Cheek almost making it 3. Berkey with the save. And this surely must be it. This is Schürrle. There goes the fourth to full-time whistle anyway. Well, it's half-time anyway, in essence, in the tie. Burnley scored 2 goals, both in the second half at the start of it from Emmanuel Dennis. And then Schürrle, 12 minutes from the end, an absolute 35-yard right-foot thunderbolt, which nestles sweetly in the net. And Burnley have a 2-goal lead to take back to Dortmund within the next couple of weeks. What a first leg of the last 16 of the Champions League. It's finished here. Burnley 2, Borussia Dortmund 0. So what a result that is, and it sets up the second leg very, very well. The second leg, incidentally, takes place on the 17th of March, St Patrick's Day, would you believe? So, interesting stuff there. But the other result as well, you already know about CSKA and Shakhtar drawing 1-1, Real Madrid 2, Bayern 1, Chelsea 3, Paris 1, Juventus and Lyon drawing 1-1, same with Ajax and Arsenal, 1-0 to Napoli against Tottenham, and us obviously just now beating Dortmund 2-0, but it's Inter Milan 1, Barcelona 2, so Barcelona have 2 away goals to take back to the Nou Camp Stadium for their tie that takes place on the 17th as well. The second legs, Lyon against Juventus on the 10th of March, and so too Paris Saint-Germain against Chelsea. On the March 11th, it's Bayern Munich against Real Madrid, and Shakhtar Donetsk against CSKA Moscow. On the 17th, as I say, Dortmund against Burnley, the second leg of that one, same at the Nou Camp between Barcelona and Inter. And then the next night, it's Arsenal against Ajax from the Emirates, and then in Naples, it's Napoli at home to Spurs. Now to the final episode of the final match of the episode, I should say, the Carabao Cup final for 2020, I think now, because we're into our third season, where Burnley look to win the competition, I think, for a third consecutive year, as we take on Liverpool at Wembley. So the first leg of a potential quadruple is almost upon us, as we take on Jurgen Klopp's men in the final. There's one or two people conveniently deciding to try and upset the apple carts in one or two things. So this is the story at the moment. It's been a remarkable competition, but it's to Wembley we go for the League Cup final, with Burnley take on Liverpool for the first piece, as they battle for the first piece of major silverware this season. Welcome along to Wembley Stadium for the Carabao Cup final of 2020, and Burnley, the league leaders, who have had their gap now cut to 1 point, take on Liverpool. Sunlight here on this late winter's afternoon as they play off for the first domestic trophy of the season. And Emmanuel Dennis makes his first ever Wembley appearance at the Chorus, but he's in great scoring form, 6 goals in his last 3 games, including the opening goal on Wednesday night when Dortmund were beaten 2-0. He got 2 also last weekend as Burnley knocked out Brighton 3-2 in that FA Cup Classic. Same team again that started on Wednesday night, all keeping their places. Emmanuel Dennis, preferred to Balotelli up front, who's lacking confidence at the moment. And nothing wrong with Dennis's confidence. All those goals already within a month of being at the club. That's what the Cup is all about. The three-handled trophy first played for back in 1960-61 when over 2 legs Aston Villa beat Rotherham United. Liverpool have a very good side, although up front you've got Firmino, Salah and Coutinho, the big front three. Hamsik is a bit of a handful. Emre Can and Ronaldo. Marquinhos and Muscaro, though, could be weak links at the back, so too could Karius as well. And Andy Robertson up against his old side, having joined Burnley from Liverpool last summer. We're all set for that first big domestic cup final of the season, and the referee, amazingly, comes from Merseyside. And no affinity to Liverpool or Everton, it's Mike D. Burnley winning the coin toss for colours, and they've chosen to wear their traditional claret and blue for the final. Liverpool in red and green. Burnley attacking the goal to our right. It's Gerard Piqué to Kieran Trippier. And with the first major silverware up for grabs this season, and Trippier trying the shot early on, and it wasn't a convincing save by Karius, but it got towards Cancelo. Muscararo giving away. Marquinhos getting away for Liverpool. Cancelo to Hamsik. Away from Loftus-Cheek that time. Hughes. Burnley already backed the Charity Shield earlier on in the season to bank their second trophy of the season, and Gray with a shot just wide. Terrific hit with the right foot, just coming in at the last minute, which made it a little bit too close for comfort for Macarius in the Liverpool goal. So we come towards 10 minutes gone. 0-0 in the cup final, the League Cup final at Wembley. Sponsored of course by Carabao Energy Drinks. Ronaldo for Liverpool. They've got a terrific record in this competition themselves, Liverpool. Here's picking it up. Loftus-Cheek trying the shot. Karius right behind the shot. Again, Trippier with the interception. Hughes is in there. Hughes with the shot. And palmed away rather dramatically, I felt there, by Karius again. Well, hooker by crook, I don't think he cares too much how he's keeping them out. Although that was very catchable for Karius. But still keeping his clean sheet very much intact. Up towards 16.5 minutes gone here at Wembley. Here's Gray. Comes out as far as Climate. And a good save again from Karius. This is worth another look. Justin Climate getting in out of his feet. There may have been a slight little deflection, which made it awkward for the Liverpool goalkeeper, but he made a fantastic save there. Gray with another corner. And a header one. Oof, she could have been left there. Liverpool deciding to clear it away, almost off the line. Well, that looked an okay challenge there by Dennis. I thought he got the ball. He's not going to book it, is he? No, just a warning, I think. It's a harsh decision to me. I felt Dennis had got the ball here. Let's have a look at it again. Yep, gets the ball for me. I think that's a harsh decision from Mike Dean. What it will do for Liverpool's point of view, it gives them a little bit of respite to an early onslaught here by the Clarets. She didn't yield any goals at all, but saves of the highest quality from Marius Karius. That's a good turn from Gray. Ben-Mee. And again. And Trippier. Some lovely ball out towards Justin Climate. Did really well. Hughes. Well, the player to watch, Andy Robertson, former Liverpool man. 25 years old, Scottish international. Been around the scene now for quite some time, believe it or believe it not. A real dangerous customer. Ronaldo. Again, away from Hughes. Mo Salah now on the far side. Kanchik. Great ball to Cancelo now. Real opportunity here for Liverpool. And Gray getting in the way. But only as far as Ronaldo here. Still Ronaldo. Goal kick. Half an hour gone at Wembley. Still 0-0. In fact, it's a corner. Just got a deflection there off the defender. Might have been PK. Coutinho with it. Heaton with a decisive fist, but only as far as Ronaldo. Salah looks as if he was offside there for a second, but the referee's played it on. And still not away yet. Firmino's in there. Coutinho's in there too. And in the end, Burnley getting it away. Ings to get it forward for Burnley. Marquinhos winning it there. And Ings is, well, for a second or two was prostrate and then got up and made a good sliding tackle. Hamsik. Ronaldo, good football again. And Ronaldo is stolen in. Good tackle there by PK. Nothing wrong with that at all. The Liverpool fans screaming for a penalty. And I thought Mike Dean got it spot on. Was in the correct place. And I think offside has been given the upper end. As Burnley were looking to counter-attack. It was Danny Ings, in fact, the former Liverpool man, who was adjudged to be offside. Free kick it is. That's certainly perked up the Liverpool fans a little bit as Marquinhos takes the free kick. Hamsik. The Liverpool player down there on the over towards the far side, and the referee's obviously stopped it. It's Mo Salah who's injured his knee, I think, and it looks as if Liverpool could be forced just before the break into a substitution here. It doesn't look as if Salah's going to continue here, as we see that lands awkwardly there. And that's a big blow for Liverpool, that. But Mane's a very good player, Sadio Mane, former Southampton man. After Sheik bowling that one away, back towards Karius in the Liverpool goal. Last minute of the first half. Burnley 0, Liverpool 0. League Cup final 2020. And here's Coutinho now, away from the defenders. Two waiting in the middle. Moreno to Coutinho. Still Liverpool looking for a way through. No foul. And there goes the half-time whistle from referee Mike Dean. No goals. Burnley have peppered the Liverpool goal in the opening exchanges, but then were very quiet towards the end. Liverpool had a chance through Ronaldo, but apart from that, they didn't offer anything else. Half-time here at Wembley. It's Burnley 0, Liverpool 0. Welcome back to Wembley, sun-kissed Wembley Stadium. It's February now, moves well into March now, and the final 2 months of the domestic season. The last final season here on the FIFA 18 career mode. Referee playing on. There was a foul there by Damari Gray. Just a reminder, everyone, Mo Salah got an injury earlier on. And there's Mane now for Liverpool! And he scored for Liverpool! Mane! And with their first shot on target, Jurgen Klopp's men go into the lead. And Burnley must come from behind. And the men who have won it last year have to try and win it now from behind. It's the substitute, coasting in now. PK was nowhere to be seen, through Tom Eaton's legs. And Burnley trail in the League Cup final. Well, the substitute has done it. And Jurgen Klopp could be on the verge of Liverpool glory. Only second goal in the competition. And with 5 minutes of the second half gone, Burnley now find themselves a goal down. And those missed chances could prong back to haunt them. As Gray comes forward. And a great save by Karius. A corner given. There's the shot. Karius saw it all the way. Gray's corner. And they won the header, but kicked away. Burnley will get the throw. Gray in the meantime picked up a yellow card. Here's Emmanuel Dennis! Saved, it just wouldn't draw for Hughes, and it's hooked away. And Burnley are now, I've got 35 minutes to save there. Quadruple chances. Gray with a poor ball. They've had a long goal programme now. The Clarets have the effects of Wednesday night taking their toll. It's the Liverpool fans you can hear cheering in the background. Yeah, me gets it away. Now Hughes. Here's Emmanuel Dennis. This man could really turn the game in an instant here if he can get his shot off. Oh, that's a great save again by Karius, who's having a match to remember so far. Is it going to be one of those days where Karius is just going to save everything in sight? Robertson. Liverpool travelled to Huddersfield on the same night as Burnley entertain Arsenal at Turf Moor. Cancelo. 20 minutes for Liverpool to save their skins. Firmino now to Mane. Mane's in there. Still a chance for Firmino. Hughes gets it away. Now Gray. Still Gray. Still good running. And Liverpool leaving gaps here. And still Demarai Gray. He's got it! Burnley are back in it! Demarai Gray with a superb run! It's 1-1 and it's all to play for now! With just over a quarter of an hour of the final to go! Carrier's finally beaten! And what a superb rippling run! And a superb left foot finish! And Shaw will replace him as well because he's run his heart out. Demarai Gray with the equaliser. And that will be his last act in the match. Shaw, the German, will replace him. 1-1. A scintillating goal to bring this game back into the melting pot. And now it's all to play for now with a quarter of an hour left. Here's Dennis. He tried the shot, the man, but it's fallen for Dennis once again. Almost getting in through that time. Carrier's getting it away. Off his cheek. Well, McKinney had fouled his man. Oh, well, Hughes in there superbly well. Things just got caught off balance a little bit. Loftus-Cheek again, good tackle there. And Hughes winning it well. Schürrle winning it well. Schürrle knocking it across. And he couldn't find Ings. I think it was his intended target. Loftus-Cheek takes it up. Oh. Almost the winner. Well, at the moment it looks as if we're going to extra time. Stephen Defoe, the experienced campaigner now. We're going to have a late show here, folks, at Wembley. We are to see a winner. It's going to be surely the last goal of the game. Burnley get the throw. So Klopp now preparing for extra time. Moreno off. As I say, Moreno off and Conan is on. Now Defoe. Ings on the far side. And Ings is going well. Ings! He's done it! Done it for Burnley! And stoppage time! Burnley have done it! He smashed it through Karius! And Burnley have snatched victory in the last seconds of the final! And Stephen Defoe made it! And Ings smashes it in! And what a finish! Wayne Rooney's going to enter the fray. The Danny Ings with the winning goal. 2-1. Justin Kluivert comes off and Wayne Rooney gets a rare run out at Wembley. What a finish. Mane's goal looked as if for long periods that Liverpool were going to win the match. Now they must force extra time. Burnley now just looking to hold on in there. And they've held on! Burnley win the League Cup in the most dramatic fashion. Demarai Gray with the equalising goal after 74 minutes. Mane had put Liverpool ahead after 50. It was goalless at the break. And it looked as if it was going to be Liverpool's afternoon when Karius was making save after save. And then the 74th minute came. Demarai Gray made it 1-1. And then right at the end, Danny Ings, the ex-Liverpool man, with an absolute smashing goal. Smashed it in from close range. And Liverpool have been beaten. And now the presentation of the League Cup. And the first leg of a potential quadruple is in place. Danny Ings the hero there. Andre Schürrle another hero. Will Hughes played his part. And here comes the skipper and goalkeeper, Tom Heaton, to get his hands on the Carabao Cup. Burnley have done it again. The trophy streak continues. The League Cup back in Turf Moor for another season. And the first leg of the quadruple is now on. A point clear in the Premier League in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. A second leg of the last 16 to come against Dortmund. The world's their oyster at the moment for the Clarets, as they parade that beautiful trophy to their supporters. They had to do it the hard way today, Burnley, but boy did they do it. What a dramatic finish to a great final. And if the FA Cup final in May lives up to all that, then I think we'll be very, very happy indeed. So there we are, the fireworks and the pyrotechnics go off, and we leave you from Wembley with the final scoreline here. Burnley League Cup winners over Liverpool by 2-1. Wow, what a finish. And it looked as if Burnley were finished once the 75th minute came, but Damari Gray and Danny Ings the heroes, and our first trophy of the season to add to the charity shield we won, the community shield that we won at the start, is now in place, and the first potentially of a potential quadruple. What a way that could end our FIFA 18 series. It's been a remarkable turnaround. Liverpool were a bit unlucky there, I felt, but at the end of the day we took the cup, and the League Cup is now our property again. So there we are. That dramatic finish brings to an end of what was really an high-octane episode with 3 different competitions. Not in the league, I have to tell you. We had that 3-2 win against Brighton, which regrettably we didn't cover live. We had to do the highlights, so I had to cover the commentary, but it was still a great match. And then there was the 2-0 result of Dortmund in the European game, and of course we had that League Cup final from behind. So that brings us to the end of the career mode episode, but join us again for another threesome where we'll find, first of all, we've got Arsenal first up on the 3rd of March, and then Chelsea away on the 7th. They could be 2 critical games in the league, and then I think it will be the FA Cup quarter-finals on the 14th, so it may well be a cup tie. And then in the next episode after that, the second leg against Dortmund as well. But thank you very much for joining us. Also, we'll find out who our FA Cup quarter-final opponents will be as well, in between the Chelsea and Arsenal games. Just a quick view of news on the injury front with Mo Salah. He's out for the 8 weeks now, and that could be most of the season. But Burnley winning the League Cup, through to the quarter-finals of the FA, and 1 foot, dare I say it, in the last state of the Champions League. The quadruple is still on. From me, JB, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.